Inside the dome, the Fargo Dome, nice and toasty for the Dakota marker rematch between the two-seed Bison of NDSU and South Dakota State. The January Frisco. We are underway in Fargo. And here's Woods from the 2. With a cut and a crease and spun down crossing the 20. Jackrabbit, 62% completion percentage for Gronowski, a native of Illinois. Mark Johnson joins him in the backfield on first down. Only loss of the season for South Dakota State came right here in the dome on October 19th. Duffy. Irvin went in motion, and the handoff goes to Johnson. Bottled up, driven down. Leading receiver Wilde went in motion. 3rd down and 8. Gronowski wants to fire deep, and it's incomplete. Wilde broke his route off short. Gronowski went long on the field. He'll handle kickoff duties, punting duties, and serve as the starting place kicker. Booms it to Jackson Williams. Coverage on point. Williams spins free for a moment. Bison will get it at the 20 after.
They're trying to get it again.
TK Marshall gets the start at running back. Miller will look his direction into the flats. Marshall has a first down, a little bit more. Still on his feet. And upended near the 40. Marshall, the legs kept churning. And continues to battle a toe injury. We will see him on the field today, as well as Barika Pinu. But it's Marshall, the senior, who got the start over the left edge. And a 1-yard gain as he stumbles.
Play action, and so expect 2 different styles of play.
Missouri Valley Football Conference Coach of the Year. Into the flats. Year number 1. 27 victories in totality. Miller goes deep, and it's going to be hauled in. Bryce Lance in stride. And Bryce Lance, younger brother of Trey, he told us this week, gets a text message from the NFL quarterback with the Cowboys before every game. Miller surveys to the perimeter off the pump fake. And ushering out inside the 25. He'll make something out of 3. Almost 50 yards, including that long pass to Lance. Off the toss, Marty Brown a touch.
But notice the difference.
In at running back, he will flank Cam Miller, a senior from Iowa. And the play clock winding down quickly. Miller wants to throw it to the end zone for the touchdown. Bryce Lance reels it in, and NDSU strikes first.
Receiver on the field.
How about the early first quarter haymaker by NDSU at home for me since the first meeting on October 19th against the Jackrabbits. Woods watches that sail over his head. Great old.
I love it, man. Have some fun with it.
Coach Olson told us this week, we're better when we start on defense. We bring the juice. They brought it thus far. The deep ball to Wilde, incomplete. And Gronowski on the ground at times as well. Empty backfield. Gronowski on cue. Stacked up at the 29, a 4-yard gain. 3rd down for the Jacks. Up here. This veteran group led by Mark Gronowski at quarterback. 3rd down and 6. Pocket collapses. Crossing route is there. Griffin Wilde's got the first down. And still on his feet ahead to the 46. For the first time, as is Chase Mason, who faked it to Gronowski. And we will see a good bit of this afternoon. Win against Incarnate Word. Gronowski receives the snap, and Voorhees off the left side. So on 2nd and 7, a game at times today. Let's see what happens on 3rd, an unbalanced formation. And Gronowski straight ahead picks up the first. And a touchdown saving. Was looking up, shaking his hand. He's a big dude. Of course, I do that with most quarterbacks.
I didn't want to say it this early, but.
Play action. Gronowski wide open. Pass is caught. Ogroski inside the 5. It'll be first down and goal. Quite a response for the Jackrabbits, trailing by a touchdown. Lamar Johnson barrels down toward packed Fargo Dome. Johnson again towards the goal line and stopped just short. It'll be 3rd and goal from inside the
Collapsing.
Kevin
Lamar
Brenner,
Johnson.
a little push. Gronowski is in for the touchdown. And the Jackrabbit rematch, 13-9 on October 19th. Got 14 on the board here in mid-December. And who's already won 2 national titles. Short kickoff received by Marshall, stepping out of bounds. Bison will take over the
Go ball out.
And he was doing it with Tim Tebow in the house as well. Marty Brown straight ahead.
That he knows that it's bigger than just football, and a lot of that has to do with family.
It does. He's been battling through a variety of injuries. That pass broken up, looking for Lance. Caleb 5. He's not the biggest linebacker you're going to see, but he packs a punch. 3rd down, and here goes Miller. Looking for the line to gain, and he did not make it. Let's see where they spotted, about a half-yard shy. Miller
By Tilford, but now they're going for it.
on the NDSU side of the field, movement up front, and here come the flags. It's a Southern Conference officiating crew today. Side moved.
Full start. 74 the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
And that's the NFL. The PBU deep down the field in coverage and then forcing the false start by Zabel at left tackle. And Steindorf's punt. Whistle dead inside the 15. A punt for a moment. They are not playing indoors in Bozeman today. Lamar Johnson racing ahead toward.
They're settling in to the defensive structure.
Gronowski will keep it. Tried to explode out of that cut the best that he could. It's enough for a 1st down.
Camp and off-season work, and now all of a sudden this is when it matters most.
Play action, Gronowski. Tried to send it underneath to Lamar Johnson. Really didn't have any real estate. He's been there and done that against this ferocious Bison defense. Johnson, the handoff, a crease and a punishing finish. That should be enough for a 1st down. So here comes Lamar. That last one picked up 11. Johnson steps off. Angel Johnson now steps in, his roommate, and contact on the left side. That's going to be encroachment and offside.
Side. Defense number 55 with contact. 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
Yard, Logan Kopp a tackle. Should be the final play of our 1st quarter. Tied at 7. And our 2nd quarter resumes after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
This is the same.
Angel Johnson now steps in, his roommate, and contact on the left side. That's going to be encroachment.
Offside. Defense number 55 with contact. 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
And Cole Mentz jumped as a receiver. Straight ahead, Voorhees. On 1st and 5, he'll net 49 on the ground. 2nd and 4, 15 minutes in. Winner goes to Frisco to compete for a national championship on January 6th. Gronowski dives ahead past the line to gain, and that'll move the chain. Matchup retains it. And the stakes even higher in this matchup with a spot in the national championship. We'll fake it to Woods. Woods will get it on the swing and corrals the high toss. Dancing out of bounds. So Maxwell Woods, a freshman running back,
etc.
winner of this game gets the winner between Montana State and
Out. North Dakota State, the 1st of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
2nd down and 4. Kirby Voorhees, the running back. Jackrabbits on the move in NDSU territory again. Search of their first lead of the game. Voorhees tripped up. He's going to lose a couple. 3rd and goal. Empty backfield. Gronowski wants to run it again. Over the right side, and he stopped just short by Logan Kopp. And it's Gronowski again. He does not need assistance. He'll pick up the first easily. And the quarterback draw. They are taking in the action this afternoon. Johnson's able to buzz through. Amar Johnson off and running to the end zone. And the Jackrabbits in front for the first time in Fargo. In the FCS playoffs, now in the semis. Dustman on the field for the PAT. And it's 14-7.
With the score being what it is, Cam Miller has an opportunity to prove it.
Jackrabbits with 100 yards rushing already. TK Marshall wants to bring it out, and he will. Marshall stopped well short of the 15. We're starting.
Real team in the FCS for a decade plus. It was North Dakota State. Last 2 years been the other team.
Bison will try to go 86 yards to tie it up. Cam Miller. He went to his offensive coordinator.
I get it. QB, you want to run it? No, I want you to throw it if you want to win.
He picked up 7 yards there. Not too shabby. On the run again. That's a first down.
People are going through, puberty and things are happening in high school, so they may not be close.
I didn't have that on my bingo card today, but it works.
You didn't go through puberty in high school?
I did, but I wasn't thinking about talking.
Respect for the competitive level of each.
Yeah, interesting. And a curious start here. 3 straight runs for NDSU. Make it 4. Marshall upended. And on already. The Nebraska native Caleb Franzel. 3rd and 6. Miller. Guess what? He's going to run it. He'll have the first down. Across the 40. Adam Bach. Round for the game for Cam Miller. Marty Brown. Jerry Rice Award winner. Recognizing that what could be at stake. The rivals coming to town. 2nd down in the flats. Pass caught by.
And Coach Polasek and this North Dakota State team wants to win. They got to go out to the suburbs to get their W. Bryce Lance, they have advantages there.
7 in the box. Here comes Bach with a pressure. Miller sensing it, down he goes. Kobe Claiborne.
They'll go back to that play later on.
He's already made a couple of big plays, including the touchdown. Tucker Large going to return the punt. And stumbles crossing the 20.
We have to drag you out of there.
Let's go before we leave, man.
It literally was an inch with the final throw of the rock. Chase Mason to carry the rock across the 25.
It's the game
when you first step on the ice. Gronowski, the quarterback, of the ball pops out. Recovered by NDSU. The Bison get it back. Lay out of bounds on the dive.
Well, it's something that you actually practice. Every single week you work on fumble recovery drills.
Easier said than done. Into the flats. It's Lance, and that's a first down. Bryce Lance. It's an old school slugfest in Fargo. Penu straight ahead. On 1st and 10, Adam Bach around 2 in year number 1 is the head coach in Fargo. Of course, a former assistant under the great Craig Bowl. Marty Brown with an opening. Sprints across the 5. Brown remains in at running back. Bison can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. They need 2 yards here. It's Brown straight ahead. It'll be 1st and goal.
Time to be able to sub.
Brown has 14 touchdowns this season. Cam Miller's going to keep it. All he has to do is cross the plane. He was stopped inside the wall. Miller under center. Brown gets another touch, and he's going to be stopped behind the line. It'll be 3rd and goal. It was Adam Bach again.
Keep on getting stops to build your confidence.
5 straight runs after the pass, after the turnover. Cam Miller straight ahead again to the edge, and the easy score. Not necessarily ugly, but it was physical. And the veteran Cam Miller crossing the goal line, and now we're tied. On NIL. It is football in its purest form here in the FCS playoffs. Woods. Still on his feet, and we check in for the first time with Matt Berry. Matthew.
I'm glad we're indoors.
We're inside.
It's still cold.
It is a little chilly. Mar Johnson on the screen. I don't think so. Onto those for the time being. Late give to Johnson, weaving his way ahead, diving across the line to gain. Good field position. He's got time, and across the middle, pass is caught. Brayton Gannon. Clock stop for a moment, change or reset. Here comes Gronowski again. On the move, fires that one into the turf outside of the pocket. Second down, Gronowski off the pump fake and grabbed right at the line to gain again. This time it's Wilde. So Griffith
is in the voids within that zone.
And he's gotten the time these last two tosses. Voorhees bottled up. They have lost half a yard. Cody Heisman
As a high draft pick.
after the timeout. Gronowski launching. Wilde in the area. The coverage. Crowd on its feet on third down. Gronowski wants to run with it, and he will not. Sibumana able to sneak through. Bison only rushing 3. And another timeout will be called by NDSU. Sideline because they line up in victory formation. No Hail Mary after the timeout. And the half ends on a kneel down by Gronowski. 13 national titles at the FCS level. And the Bison set to receive the football first. Gives us a moment to check in with Taylor Davis. Certainly makes sense. Cam Miller on
Off. Get your mind right.
and the former South Dakota State linebacker. Certainly makes sense. Cam Miller on first down. Chopped down after one snap. 2nd and 1, Penu. A running back. Miller wide open. First down and a lot more. Chris Harris. And you wonder when Cam Miller wants to find his good buddy Bryce Lance on a deep ball at some point on this drive. Miller on the ground again. Upended at the 45.
For North Dakota State to get back to that downfield passing attack.
You saw Landry. Lance with 3 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Nelson's back on the field, and on the screen, it was Tucker Large. Behind the line of scrimmage this afternoon. 3rd down and 9. Miller off the back foot, launching. Incomplete. Looking in the seam.
He even had a 4th down player who made a critical play. And so sometimes owning your role means more than trying to make every single splash play.
Caden Steindorf hits it in that coffin corner. Karams into the end zone.
That in some ways that's created what we are. So it's this rivalry brewing.
Gronowski hands it off late, and Amar Johnson is going to lose a couple.
The best. That's what we heard from Jimmy Rogers.
Throwback matchup in Fargo. Gronowski on 2nd and long. Against the grain, Wilde's got it. Tried to break free into the open field. Jackrabbit substituted late. Voorhees stopped behind the line of scrimmage, driven backwards. It'll be 4th down, and it was Logan Kopp.
Specifically at the linebacker position.
It's a loss of a yard. And Jackson Williams calls for the fair catch.
Well, it tears the tendon but makes the game-winning play.
He's got 6 tackles to lead the Bison defense so far. And it was a fun conversation.
Grant Olson to come in, be a part of the coaching staff when he's done playing. He's extremely cerebral as a football player.
On 2nd down, Miller lofts one. Incomplete. Makai Collins. Bison need 9 yards here. Under 10 to go in the 3rd. Miller escapes again. Off the pump fake again. Dragged down to the 25. Graham Spalding. And the Jackrabbits.
Spalding stays in his zone, but understands the assignment.
Caden Steindorf. A wobbler. The fair catch made at the 27 after a punt of 40.
The safeties, that's what I'm excited about in that one.
Ryan Day wants to get that first round win the worst way. Off of play action, Gronowski And incomplete to balls tonight on ABC and ESPN. On second down, Gronowski guns one across the middle, and it's caught. The tight end, Stoffel.
And dice you apart.
Chase Mason back on the field, along with Gronowski. Mason will keep it, and tackled behind the line. Marcus Gully was, when Mason's there, I'm taking off towards the line.
Bingo.
Gronowski retreats, the pump fake, and incomplete. A tough pass looking for Prejean. And Derry. Pressure. Gronowski right up the middle. Stop short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th and about 4.
Defense has played well, so I wouldn't be mad if you ran a fake right now.
Dustman will kick it away. And Jackson Williams. Ross, Caprice, Balloon, Claiborne. Bison firing off the ball with that offensive front. And Marty Brown.
Fundamentals, techniques, eyes, hands, and feet.
It's turned out to be the game in the noon window here on this Saturday. Postseason games around the country. Mason McCormick, Trey Lance, Carson Wentz, Cam Miller. The comeback route is there to the younger brother of Trey Lance, Bryce Lance. Told us yesterday there's an unspoken chemistry between me and Cam Miller. And it probably didn't exist in the first matchup between these two. Peter, second part of the season. It's called 14 touchdown passes. Hard to stay with him deep down the field. Miller looking long. Takes off again. Cam Miller, it's what he does best today. And another first down.
Look, 1-1. He knows he's going to get the first down. He don't even care. It's like, okay, boom, I'll take my time. And then look, 1-1,000, 2-1,000, 3-1,000, 4-1,000, 5-1,000. I mean, he does not waste time.
Bison not wasting time offensively, using tempo. DSU trying to get back to Frisco for the first time in 2 years. Miller again. Long throw to Penu. Came back for it. Spun around. The ball comes out. And corralled by NDSU. And we saw Caleb. Eighth play of the possession. Penu driven down. Second and South Dakota native. First time we've called his name today. Miller. Across the middle, he came in high and incomplete in a dangerous toss.
Yeah, for me, part of me says, hey, go back to Bryce Lance. Go back to attacking not just the middle of the field, attack the outside. You can win on these corners if you attack them.
Lance at the bottom of the screen. Miller goes the other way into the seam. Nelson climbed the ladder, could not bring it in.
Colby depth and forcing a little bit more air under that ball.
Third consecutive possession for the Bison, ending in a punt. Dallas Beanham, no fair catch. Stop at the 16. 7 in the box. Gronowski, slant pattern, incomplete. Ogroski. Penalty marker flies in. Amar Johnson in the suburbs with the reception across the 20. 5-yard pickup on second down.
Offside. Defense number 93 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
It's Toby and Net. Take away the reception, accept the penalty yardage. 2nd and 5. It'll be 3rd down and at least 6. Amar Johnson and himself, Tim Polasek. He made sure he was ready and waiting for Taylor for that interview. 3rd and long to begin our final 15 minutes. Gronowski slides at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere close. 1 loss in 38 tries. Only time it happened 2016 against JMU. Dustman sends it to Williams and a fair catch at the 30. State and South Dakota. Second semifinal coming up later today. Here's a reverse. Jackson Williams to the edge. A first down and a gain of 11.
I think that's what we need to see more of, like we saw in the first quarter in the first series.
I mean, Sam, that has been the run game so far for NDSU. Cam Miller, that reverse. Bryce Lance.
Could be a good.
Jamar Brown in the backfield, play action. Miller wants it all. He's got a man, and it's caught. Bryce Lance for the touchdown. Bison back in front. And don't look now, but the younger brother of Trey Lance has produced a career-high 115 yards today when his season that ties the very top in the FCS ranks for scoring grabs. Maxwell Woods, late penalty marker coming in.
During the return, holding, number 13 in the return team.
Opportunity.
Lamar Johnson trying to get to the edge. Finally does, and ushered out hard, crossing the 10. Power look, multiple quarterbacks. Mason throws it late, a dangerous pass. Voorhees was in the
line.
It's a race to Gronowski. He unloads. Man-to-man coverage. Weldy turns around, makes a spinning reception. For this season. On the handoff, Woods. Seeds have made it this far. 2 versus 3 today in Fargo. Johnson.
Lost get to make.
Pressure, it's picked up. Gronowski across the middle, and another conversion on third. Gronowski. Across the middle again, a first down. Lamar Johnson. Nobody home, still on his feet. Tumbling down at the 16, and Lamar Johnson.
They're going to watch on Sundays.
There was a stacked eye for a minute. Gronowski looking in zone, front pylon, Wildy. Contact incomplete. No pick. Demi Alfaro perhaps got away with one. Gronowski plows ahead across the 15. He'll make something out of nothing. Gronowski has converted on 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 10 on this drive so far. He needs 8 more here. Towards the end zone, pass is caught. In for the touchdown. Graham Goring. The junior only missed 1 extra point this season. More than 65 tries. And we are tied at 21 with 8:20 to go in Fargo. Tony reporting live from Bozeman, where the sun appears to be out, and perhaps weather not an enormous factor in that second semifinal.
The champion has to go through one of these two.
The Fargo crowd quiets down. The Bison have it on offense. Now they're on their feet for Cam Miller. Racing ahead towards midfield and add 15 yards.
Personal foul, Lee hit out of bounds. 32 of the defense. 15 yards added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
25. School baseball in Iowa. Teammates on the gridiron. Bitter rivals today. Rika Pinu trying to make something out of nothing. We just saw him race for 25, plus the extra 15 on the penalty. Approaching 100 yards on the ground today. He'll call his own number again. Physical finish at the 90 yards rushing today for Cam Miller. He needs 2 more here. He'll hand it off straight ahead. And Jamar Brown needed to cross the 25. Tim Polasek certainly would agree. Miller keeps it, flings it, end zone. Tapped away at the last minute, nearly picked off by Large. Retreating, he threw it, and that hit came in low. He wanted a penalty, didn't get the call. So after all of that, it's 2nd and 10. Pinu, there's a big play on the ground by NDSU running back. Down to the 4th quarter, and here we are. Marshall checks in, Pinu over the left side.
toughness on who's going to win.
It's not a video game. Survival of the fittest. Fatigue plays a role. Marshall, the running back. Miller flings it, lands, a one-handed grab, but incomplete. You only need 1 foot inbounds in college with.
After video review, the player maintained control with the body part down.
What a play. What a grab. Brother of Trey Lance. 3 touchdowns today. And the lead is 7 for the Bison. In his junior campaign, and 3 this afternoon in this FCA semifinal. Mark Gronowski and the Jackrabbits. Gronowski will keep it. Barrels straight ahead to the 29. Gronowski again, thought about checking it down, finally does. Lamar Johnson is going to gain a yard, and that's it. Marcus Shepard tracked him down.
Been a factor. If it is, could be a different story.
Pressure through the A-gap. Gronowski runs right around it, pushing the pile. And let's see how far he got. It should be enough for a first. Here's Johnson, tracked down from behind. And a 2-yard pickup right ahead of the 2-minute timeout. Logan Kopp, the tackle. Johnson, after the timeout, racing towards the line to gain, and Amar Johnson. National titles in search of the 3-peat, and Gronowski under center bullies his way ahead for the first. The stakes could not be any higher. Gronowski, sense of urgency. Amar Johnson, and a penalty marker came in late.
Personal foul, face mask, 61 the offense. 15-yard penalty, replay first down.
And he grabs Cody Heisman. Cody Heisman with the spin move.
First and 25 instead of 2nd and 3, and incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Will Davey on the ground. 2nd down, underneath. The tight end, Graydon Gannon, his 3rd catch. Stopped at the 4. Utilizing tempo, Gronowski lofts one deep. Goring, incomplete. And a whistle blows. Timeout called by the Bison. Jackrabbits gotta have it. Gronowski bottled up, driven backwards and sacked.
Number 64 with the win. 6'2", 285 junior, who is the embodiment of this team with a play. People talk oftentimes, Roy, about games like these being battles. And I get it. This game is won. But you could feel the history being made.